talk to me.
Baby girl,
Just slow it down, let your body speak.
speak.
I know that timing is everything.
Got me weak.
All I got is infinity.
See it.
Infinity.
Let it talk to me. Just slow it down, let your body speak. I know that timing is everything. All long I got is infinity. Infinity. You got the vibe and I'm feeling you, girl. Missing my flight cause you show me the world. Your body be talking, I love what I heard. If this is the night, then just give me the word. Give me the word, show me a sign. Tell me you're ready and I'll make you mine. And what I'm sipping and this ain't no lies. Real talk, girl, when me looking at your eyes. I can't see you overanalyze everything, girl. Cause you can't put your trust in everything. But it's a must cause your body keep flirting. Make the rhythm just keep on working. Baby girl, I'm hurting. Cause your body just keep on twerking. But your eyes keep looking and lurking. I got all the time in the world. Let it talk to me. Set it. Just slow it down, let your body speak. Turn it up. I know that timing is everything. Let's do this. How long I got is infinity. Infinity. Let it talk, step, step. Baby girl, don't you worry, not fret. Let it talk, step, step. Look how long me and you fi connect. Let it talk, step, step, yeah. Shake it up, don't you worry, not fret. Let it talk, step, step, yeah. Look how long me and you fi connect. Hold on tight. Baby girl, come in love when you brace it back. Tell the DJ turn it up, max. Blast it up, ain't no turning back. So long.
I got this love to give you one time. And boy, you looking so fine. Got me losing my mind. Talk to me. Just slow it down, let your body speak.
Right away.
I know that timing is everything.
Play, no play.
How long I got is infinity.
Not straight.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
things already rolling. Zubimendi gets across to intercept that. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Saka was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that's clear cut, it's a free kick. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, well played. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, I like the look of this guy, Eberechi Eze. Someone who has this unique swagger about him. Who would have thought that at 16 his career was almost over after a spate of rejections? I just love his dynamism and the X-factor he's got in his game.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Now it's Mbappe, now it's Rodrigo. Gabriel with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Gabriel did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. And here's Mbappe. He's in a great position here. Bellingham! Eze. Arsenal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Havertz running with intent. Rice, Havertz, tries one from range. Sensational by Havertz. That is a gem, an absolute gem. Arsenal take the lead. You just know there is no stopping that.
I think it was probably past the keeper before he even saw it. Incredible he got so much power with so little backlift.
Shapes to shoot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. It's a throw-in. Not the most convincing of passes. Calafiori. And it's Valverde. He's going for goal! They want to be quick to recover this. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Vinicius, can he finish? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. And now a sudden chance to counter. Timber. Saka. Now Saliba. Pressing high and with purpose. Well, that looks a decent ball. He's having a shot! And that's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Gyökeres, and it's made its way to him. Eder Militao. Bellingham. It's Vinicius Junior. Now it's Bellingham, in with the challenge. Havertz. Eze. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Alexander-Arnold. Valverde. Vinicius Junior looking to add to his goal. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Vinicius Junior.
Vinicius Junior clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And he's picked it up out wide. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Eze. So a temporary halt to the action. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go and they head into the break all square. So Jim, neither side getting it all their own way so far.
Well, I think we got a good indication of what both sides want to do, Peter. I suspect both will continue with their respective approaches, give or take the odd fine-tuning.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And so we're off again. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe! Tries a shot! Goal!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
Simplicity itself.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defense.
He's having a hit! Heavenly from Havertz! About as smooth as it gets. That is remarkable, all square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Oh, that was sharp. Deliciously sharp.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
So again, we have parity.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Tchouaméni clears without hesitation. Madrid are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
And here's Rodrigo. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. So we've reached the hour mark. Now it's Havertz. Looking for the run. Bellingham. We would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Saka. That ball looks a good one. He's picked his way through. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. No, that's been intercepted. And here's Mbappe. He's having a pop! That was superb goalkeeping.
Mbappe actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Showing good feet. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Zubimendi. Timber. Can he get on the end of this? Pass somewhat off target. Bellingham. And the return pass. And here's Vinicius Junior. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Timber deals with that comfortably. Saliba. It's Saka. It's a good run down the right. Rice. Zubimendi. Gyökeres has created one goal already. Havertz. Oh, this is a terrific run. And he's really put himself on the line here.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
They've played it short. That's tidy. Rice. And it's Eze. Oh, he's having a go! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Eze has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Arsenal clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Havertz! Bellingham. Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Tchouameni. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's on, takes a shot! Havertz with a beautifully timed run.
Well, in the end, nothing might have come of it, but nothing wrong with the running involved. Something the defence need to wake up to, I think.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
All hands on deck for this one. Rodrigo with the short one. Rodrigo. Valverde is onto this. Nice control. Hangs in across. Calafiori tries to clear. Valverde. He's on it, can he get away? Eze. Rice. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Gyökeres. Saka. Havertz.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And once more he proves rigid and robust. 90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance. And we are already back underway. And here's Mbappe. And here's Valverde. Decent chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Timber. And it's Eze. And it's Rice. Eze. Arsenal have their third corner. And it's been taken short. Now it's Rice. That's good play. This looks promising. Zubimendi. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Vinicius Junior. And now the breakaway. Engages and forces him off the ball. Valverde. Gabriel makes the interception. Saliba. Timber. Saka. Zubimendi. Rice. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Calafiori cuts it out. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Bellingham. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rice makes a dash for it. That is a brilliant interception. And we're halfway through extra time. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. And the action has already restarted. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. He's played it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
This is a promising build-up. Madrid ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Gyökeres. And here's Havertz. Now it's Eze. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Gyökeres receives it in a good position here. Well, that pass isn't the best. Zubimendi. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. He'll try from distance! Oh no, that could be a costly miss. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Tries to pass it through. Vinicius Junior is wide and looking to get onto this. Rice. Saka. And it's Eze. Passing is crisp and sharp. Gyökeres. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Good read, needed to be. And we're done. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts, highly entertaining until the very end. Havertz voted man of the match, and deservedly so. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
Arsenal can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do.
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, it certainly
Takes a shot! Havertz. Well read, nice interception. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. And he's straight offside. Rudiger. More and more pressure on the ball here. Tchouaméni. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Vinicius Junior. Timber. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Eze. Alexander-Arnold. Arsenal so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Tchouaméni. Saka gets a foot in here. Camavinga. Tchouaméni. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And he's intervened well there. Tries to play it through. Mbappe is the guilty party there. Gabriel. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Great vision. Long ball upfield. Oh, that's well done, really robust. Tchouaméni. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Havertz. Bellingham did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And he was quick to react. Now it's Havertz. And it's Bellingham. Oh, easy pickings there. Eze looking to play him in. That is good alertness. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Zubimendi. Rice. To Havertz. Camavinga gets over and intercepts. Valverde. Mbappe. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Zubimendi. Chance here to counter. Now it's Havertz. Vinicius Junior. 5 minutes till the break. Rodrigo. Mbappe. And he shoots! A skipper's goal!
Well, this is exactly what you want from your skipper, Peter. I mean, this was about as perfect a time as you can score. Some players already had their heads in the dressing room, but he remained alert.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick. Havertz!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, good-looking ball. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Un minuto de descuento.
Passes short and sharp. Now this could... Can he finish? It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Arsenal trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
He's having a shot! And yes, it's there! And this is getting better and better. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And that is expertly dealt with.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Oh, nice touch. Rice. And it's Eze. He's had a shot! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target. Here's a sharp little ball. Shapes to shoot! Oh, what has happened here? Oh, the ball's run loose here. Timber. Oh, he's played it in low. Vinicius Junior, who's set up one goal so far. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he was alert to it. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as...
He'll try from distance! Oh, super goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Madrid are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And it's made its way to him. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Tchouaméni cuts it out. And he cuts out the supply. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, it's come loose. Gabriel. Eze. Saka.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Camavinga, and it's Tchouaméni. Valverde, now it's Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and here's Vinicius Junior. Eze, Gyökeres. Oh, red, nice interception. And it's Alexander-Arnold looking to pass their way up the pitch. It's not an especially good pass, that. Now it's Havertz. Now it's Havertz. Madrid can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Rice. And now the breakaway. Zubimendi. This is a promising build-up. And here's Havertz. Gyökeres. Zubimendi.
Un minuto de descuento.
Looking for options for movement. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. The muscular approach does pay off here. And that will be the final act. Arsenal cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. It is a true heavyweight clash.
Well, I wouldn't just look at this being another friendly, Peter.
Is that your own experience?
Yeah, if the opposition played like they meant business, we were obliged to return the favour. I don't think there's much difference here.
We're up and running then. Valverde deals with that comfortably.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Havertz has given away a free kick. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Zubimendi. Havertz. Now it's Saka. Saka running with the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Eze. Gyökeres. Eze! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
This looks promising. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
A little bias on my part, but Trent Alexander-Arnold is...
Gyökeres! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Camavinga. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Now it's Havertz. Might be danger here. Decent chance! And for a moment, time stood still.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Tries to play it through. Vinicius Junior. He's had a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Big chance, corner. Rodrigo plays it short. Rodrigo! And it's Camavinga. It's not an especially good pass, that. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Caught offside that time. Gabriel, Saliba, it's Saka, Zubimendi, and it's Rice. Gyökeres is onto this. Vinicius Junior is herring after that one. Now it's Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, played through for the wide man. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Crosses it in. Bullish header! That's another chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And now they can spring out of defence. Pressing high and with purpose. Rice to Havertz. And here's Eze. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
He's having a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Madrid have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Corner number 3 coming up. Rodrigo with the short one. Now it's Rodrigo. And it's Camavinga. Arsenal are looking to go forward now. Camavinga spots it and intercepts. Alexander-Arnold. Great vision. For Valverde. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And here's Bellingham. Oh, look at the space here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he has shown him a yellow card. Alexander-Arnold. Now that looks a decent ball. And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So we reach the halfway point.
What a pleasant surprise to see how open this game is turning into. Just wondering if the two teams are going to keep doing what we've seen in the first half. I hope that a cautious aspect doesn't kick in.
So it's simmered along nicely for... Can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Havertz actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Arsenal have their third corner. They've played it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Mbappe. He's had it taken off him. A corner it is then. So their fourth corner of the game. Rodrigo goes short. Oh, sweet feet. Brilliantly cut out. And now they can spring out of defence. That's a sharp pass. Well, that's an excellent interception. So, what can they make of this? Vinicius Junior. Saka. Can he spark a counter here? Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Goes for a shot! Rodrigo.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Aimed beyond the defence. Gabriel. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Rodrigo. And it's Valverde. And here's Mbappe. Rodrigo. And he shoots! Eze.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Looking for options for movement. He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Bellingham.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Valverde. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's well spotted. And he's managed to get free. And that's played in low.
Well, their corner count's rising, but not their goal count. They can improve.
They've played it short. Rodrigo. And it's Camavinga. Arsenal have the chance to go the other way. Traumeri. And here's Rodrigo. Shapes to shoot! Arsenal have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time. Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
He's having a pop! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Eze clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Rice. And there's the shot! That was superb goalkeeping!
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
They're up to 5 corners now. And it's been taken short. Now it's Rice. And it's Eze. Saliba.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
That's good play. And it's Rice. Chance! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Alexander-Arnold. For Valverde. And here's Mbappe. Stood up well to him there.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
This is it then, now or never. He's going for goal! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Alexander-Arnold, and he's been shifted off it. No breakthrough, and we are into time added on. Eze. Out for a throw. Rice. Zubimendi. So that means another 30 minutes football. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more. Well, we are already up and running again. Havertz. It's a really well-measured ball. Alexander-Arnold looking to pass their way up the pitch. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, important interception. Eze.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Chouameni does well to get it back. Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Valverde.
This is the time you need that pace.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Vinicius Junior. Saka. Tries one from range. And that is wildly off target.
Arsenal really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Bellingham. Passing is crisp and sharp. Nicely weighted ball. It's a promising position. The cross. Saliba getting this one clear. And the counter is on. And it is half-time in extra time. So 15 minutes to find a winner, but is there anything left in the tank? And so the last chance to find a winner. It's been cagey for this long. Will the last 15 minutes be any different? Deflected behind for a corner kick. Corner count is rising. That's 6. Rodrigo with the short one. That's very neat. Now it's Valverde. And now they can spring out of defence. Eze, good strong midfield running here. Oh, well played. Oh, there's a probing ball. And here's Saka. He'll try from distance. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, the crowd's impatience is an indicator that they haven't quite given up on a goal just yet.
He's found a way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Eze, and the shot! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Valverde. Rodrigo. Looking for the run. Always onto this. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. And the referee brings it to a close. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, how will we look back on that?
Yeah, well, I guess it's a game where you had everything but a goal, Peter. And I can only credit the two defences for maintaining their focus throughout when you could so easily lose concentration.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. It is a monster matchup, Jim Beglin.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter.
Havertz! What a wonderful goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Madrid are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. He'll fancy himself from here. This the perfect chance to extend the advantage. Havertz. Mbappe. Alexander-Arnold.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Vinicius Junior. Eze. Arsenal leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Chouameni. And it's Valverde. And Alexander-Arnold. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Just eases him off the ball. Gyökeres. Eze. Gyökeres. Valverde gets a foot in here. Rudiger.
Madrid always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
He's found a way through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Bellingham. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Mbappe. Zubimendi with a fine tackle. Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Tries to play it through. Look at the... and he shoots! And he's heaved it away.
Mbappe really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
This looks promising. Change of plan here, perhaps. Bout of passing here, really easy on... There's the shot! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Bellingham. Mbappe. Rodrigo. Now it's Rodrigo. Has to go back here. And here's Mbappe. Shoots! No, just not quite.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Bellingham. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Gyökeres.
Arsenal really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Rodrigo is onto this. Takes a shot! Goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing.
Goes for a shot! He scored! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Madrid with the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter.
Chance for a shot! And this could be the final action of the first half. Rice with the short one. And it's Rice. Shot could be on. And a chance! And that's in. That is remarkable. All square. And that is all they have time for. Arsenal are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
So a really enthralling 45 minutes, beautifully poised for the 45 to follow. The score at half-time, 2-2. So straight into the second half. Subimendi. Rice. Rudiger. Great vision. And he welcomes it in. Oh, it's a great... Shot a goal! Goal!
What a way to stamp your authority on this game, Peter. He was clearly thinking several moves ahead of everyone in the lead-up to the goal. I was thinking at the break someone had to show real courage. That's it.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Oh, he's been caught napping. Eze. Can he get on the... Can he finish? It's a goal! And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up. Gyökeres just did brilliantly to get that under control before what was a really good finish from me too. He made it all look so effortless as well.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, I think the...
Gyökeres. Can he finish? And needless to say, that deserved better.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
It's a throw-in. Calafiori. This is a promising build-up. Oh, what? Oh, shooting chance! Toma clears without hesitation. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think...
He's having a shot! It's hit the upright. Goal! Arsenal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Gyökeres at his razor-sharp best there.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Arsenal have their lead.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very... And the shot!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Vinicius Junior. Now it's Mbappe. Lovely feet. Timber did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed.
Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Rodrigo. Now Mbappe. Now it's Mbappe. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Tchouaméni. And it's Bellingham. Some really good ball movement. Valverde. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Rice. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's in on goal. Gyökeres! He's got a goal! And this is getting better and better.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And that means just one thing, match ball.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Well, that's...
He's going for goal! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
4 added minutes on the board. Eze, looking for options for movement. Nicely weighted ball. Spread it left. Rice. And back it goes.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Vinicius Junior. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Gyökeres gleefully reminding us of what a superb day he's had at the office. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Shot a goal! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Rice. Well read, nice interception. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, I'm a huge fan of Bukayo Saka. Someone always praised for his versatility, his attitude and his cleverness around the pitch. He has the potential to excel in all positions across that front line. But I'd personally like to see him as part of a front three. I think he operates best in that area.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Calafiori. That's a little off target. Gabriel makes the interception. Eze.
There's a real tenacity about their defensive play, and it's up close and personal.
Passes short and sharp. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
He's a sharp little ball here. Gyökeres showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Rudiger. Arsenal are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. Tries to pass it through, and he's picked it up out wide. And it's Tchouaméni. And here's Bellingham. Saka.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, perfectly measured that. Decent chance! Goal! Arsenal! Arsenal take the lead. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Arsenal have taken the lead.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Well, that has not gone well.
Madrid always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
That's tidy. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Oh, that was vital. Bellingham, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
Mbappe. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Saka.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Vinicius Junior. And it's Bellingham. This is a promising build-up. Rodrigo, this is promising. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
And here's Vinicius Junior. Can he get on the end of this? Subimendi. It's Saka.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Bellingham. Vinicius Junior. And here's Bellingham. Saka. And it's Rice. Well read, and the danger is averted. It's a pretty loose pass. Valverde. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
OK, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Arsenal are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. The second half is up and running.
Arsenal can do themselves a massive favour by grabbing another one here.
Rice. That's a good ball out wide. Looking for the run. Gyökeres. Not the most accurate pass. Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Bellingham. Well, they're certainly pressing with purpose here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Rodrigo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Well, played right into his path. Gyökeres!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Still just a single goal between the sides. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, super find. Shapes to shoot! And that's a good finish. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Shoots! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
I don't think anyone's really surprised that he's tried that, Peter. He's certainly confident in smacking one from range.
You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game-changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Mbappe looking to play it into the box.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Skims one in. That has ended up in no man's land. Alexander-Arnold. Eze did well to stay calm there. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Rice. Eze.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Eze. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's Rice. Has to go back here.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And again, he's sorted that out terrifically.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Now it's Havertz. Rice. And here's Saka. Rodrigo. Can he get it through? Zubimendi kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Nicely weighted. And that's a real chance missed.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box.
Rice goes short. And he was alert to it.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And here's Rodrigo. Rodrigo running with the ball. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now this could be... Rodrigo! And again! Oh, he's done it! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
That's smart play from him, actually, Peter. That goal was all about positioning. He knew instinctively where to be should the keeper have gotten a little jittery.
Madrid found a way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think.
And there goes the final whistle. Arsenal played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so promisingly from their perspective, but they are leaving here feeling utterly deflated. The end of the game. Reflections?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constant.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi, everyone. The excitement has really picked up now, and I'm eager for the action to start.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams will go.
Mbappe! And it's a goal!
Can you think of a better way to have started this game? Talk about how to stamp your authority on things. You've just seen it.
That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Arsenal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Bellingham. Valverde. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. And that's an errant pass. Rice. Gyökeres. Now it's Rice. Rodrigo. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Valverde. Valverde. He is through here. Well, the defence proved infallible. Chance! Oh, that is rather wayward. Calafiori. It'll be a throw-in. Rice.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And here's Saka. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Vinicius Junior. Saka concedes a free kick for that. Tchouaméni. Good ball, good take. Eze engages and forces him off the ball. Gyökeres is onto this. Vinicius Junior. And it's Rice. Zubimendi. Looking decent, chance! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
Well, look at him, furious at himself for missing. Having said that, the manager applauds his effort to find that bottom corner.
Saka really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Tries a shot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Rodrigo. Could go all the way here. It's a sweeping cross. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Now it's Havertz. Driving forward. Threads one in. He can run onto that. Chance, surely! And he hits the net. Arsenal are level. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides.
And the shot! No, that's been intercepted. Valverde. And it's Tchouaméni. Now it's Bellingham. Can he get it through? Oh, shooting chance! It's a goal! Into the lead once more. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get press from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Valverde. Now it's Mbappe. Nice physical challenge. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Gyökeres. And he cuts out the supply. Vinicius Junior. Can he get on the end of this? Bellingham. He's had a shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And he's heaved it away. And they can counter here. Now it's Rice. Rice.
2 minutos de descuento.
Valverde. Oh, this is a great position. And it's been hooked away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Saka ventures forward. Opts and a chance! And the referee has blown for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Eze, Arsenal do have a chance to counter here. Now, can they get him away? Bellingham. Valverde. He's found a way through. That's good play. Saliba, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Eze, he's shifting through the gears here. That's very neat. Has to go back here. Alexander-Arnold deals with that comfortably. Looking for options for movement. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Thinks about the shot. Gyökeres gets flagged offside. Tries to pass it through. Oh, that's fabulous. So much time and space here. And that is well cleared. Arsenal have got it back and they'll have another go.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Rice. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Bellingham. Now it's Rodrigo. For Valverde. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Gabriel gets a foot in here. Oh, this looks sharp. Rice.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players...
Oh, he's having a go! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
I'm a little surprised that he actually couldn't make that count. He's so good from that range. Often, he'll find the net.
Stood up well to him there. And here's Havertz. Knocks it into space. Eder Militao. And it's Rice. Rice. Oh, this is a very good run. Now that's a fine challenge. Forced to go back. And he shoots! Oh, needed to be more decisive in the end.
Saka cannot be that slow. And it took the sting out of the break and a big chance wasted.
Camavinga. Now it's Mbappe.
You have to expect that from everyone now. Madrid clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Saliba. Eze. Rice. And here's Havertz. He's having a pop! So close to drawing level.
Oh, what a moment for him, Peter. He'll be losing sleep over that one tonight.
Tries to play it through. Oh, well measured. And that's a simple one for the keeper. There could be trouble here. He's having a hit! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Madrid now in a position far more desirable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Mbappe. And he's been shifted off it. Gyökeres. Now Mbappe. Camavinga. And it's Bellingham. And here's Vinicius Junior. Passing is crisp and sharp. Rodrigo. Can he finish? Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Rodrigo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Rodrigo goes short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Havertz.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
He's having a shot! And that's a good finish. Deep into injury time! That was a given, it always was.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And that's it. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, there are plenty looking forward to seeing this, a capacity crowd here.
Well, at least on the face of it, Peter, there's very little at stake in this.
But, Jim,
Well, it still gives ample opportunity for some fringe players to make their case. So I'm inclined towards something that's still high in intensity, in conviction, in tempo even. And that's not a bad thing.
if you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. And here's Rodrigo. Rice. Now, can they get him away?
You have to expect that from everyone now.
Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Rodrigo proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too. Tries a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Gyökeres. Arsenal are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And it's Tchouaméni. Vinicius Junior. Can he finish? It's in!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Now it's Havertz. Distributed tidily. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Rodrigo.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
Saka.
Arsenal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tchouaméni. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Played into space. Saliba gets over and intercepts. Timber. Saka. That's a pretty loose pass. And here's Mbappe. That is a great pick out. Rice. Eze. It's Saka. Tries to pass it through. Bellingham. And here's Valverde. He's in a great position here. Oh, well played, well played. Rice. Saka.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Gyökeres. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Mbappe. And now the breakaway. That looks a good ball through. Can he finish? Oh, good finish. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
And yes, it's him again. Gyökeres! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, let that be a lesson to them. If they don't stay focused all the time, they're going to be made to pay.
Bellingham. Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Bellingham. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Valverde. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Oh, that's a key interception.
Un minuto de descuento.
Rice. Gyökeres. Rice. Shapes to shoot! It's in! And deep into first half stoppage time. A timely strike. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
And that is indeed the final act. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. And we are back underway.
Arsenal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And it's made its way to him. And here's Eze. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Eder Militao, Vinicius Junior, and it's Camavinga. It's Bellingham. Can he get it through? Zubimendi. Rice has created one goal already. No way through. So can they find a way to turn around this deficit? Valverde. Eze. Calafiori. Gyökeres does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Now that looks a decent ball. Pass is just off top. Oh, shooting chance! And a neat finish. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
And the shot! Goal! Arsenal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Arsenal leading now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Foot in. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Arsenal have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for...
Chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Deftly away.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Alexander-Arnold, played out wide. Looking to play him in. Valverde. Oh, what a ball! Rice. And they can counter here. Alexander-Arnold.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He is through here. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. So who is the target now? He's having a look at what's available. Madrid appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Nicely weighted ball. He's found space here. Valverde receives it in a wide position. Oh, he's having a shot! Well taken goal. Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
It is compelling, this, utterly compelling.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe stood his ground strongly.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Saka. And it's Zubimendi. Gyökeres. Now it's Eze. And it's Valverde. Alexander-Arnold producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. The final seconds now. Rice.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, nicely intercepted. So that means another 30 minutes football. Well, still no winner, Jim.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
So a battle of endeavour, enterprise, and now endurance. So our quest to find the winner continues. Arsenal pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Madrid clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Rice. Valverde. Ambitious ball here. Rice gets flagged offside. Rudiger. Camavinga. Looking for options for movement. He's got away. Zubimendi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Now it's Eze. Now it's Rodrigo. Now there's a fine ball. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Lovely, now then. And he shoots! Oh, that could be pivotal! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So we have a... And we're halfway through extra time. So the very last of the action is still to come. Two teams separated here by the smallest of margins. Fingernails well bitten everywhere. And if you're just back, well, the action is back underway already. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Has a look and plays it forward. Valverde. Eze. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. He's had a shot! And that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, you always felt that they were going to up the tempo after going behind. It's not like they have any other option now.
The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage.
Eze. Havertz touches it back. Valverde. And Alexander-Arnold. Mbappe. And the shot! Rice.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
And here's Eze. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. He's had it taken off him. Nicely aimed pass.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And we're done. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt trying to win this. A throwback to games gone by.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.